Welcome, Jay Doran.
Thank you. Yes. Awesome. So, all right, today I just want to be as authentic as possible. Jay asked me like about a couple days ago, a week ago, to do some kind of motivation, talk about myself, inspire everybody. And I thought, I don't want this to be about me. I wanted it to be about Keller Williams, a company that I admire as a consciously capitalistic company, a company that cares about their people. So I put together something I think would inspire everybody after myself doing a lot of research on what bold really is. And then it's like my whole life I kind of been bold. So today I want to learn, I want to share as authentically about myself and the things that I've been through, and I'm sure we can all relate to that today. And I want to start with something we can learn. The definition of a business, because we're all a business here, right? Each and every one of us. So let's just define that really quick. Anyone want to define the definition of a business?
You gotta have a
I won't be
plan,
mad. Okay.
and you gotta have money to back that plan up.
Okay, so a plan and the money to back it up. So I'm going to throw this out there, and maybe we can form agreement with this new ideology of what a business is. A business, that plan came from an individual who had a vision of a solution to a problem. And only after solving that problem was there an exchange of money. Example, if we go to a restaurant, whether it's by ourselves, it's where our spouse or our family, we're looking to solve a few problems. What are some of them? We're hungry. We want to get a date to go well. We want to enjoy the atmosphere for our family. So if that restaurant doesn't provide those solutions to those problems, whatever they are, the ambience, the experience, as soon as we see a fly in the steak, we want our money back, don't we? So it's starting with the ideology that even as a real estate agent, you're brokering a solution to many problems, aren't we? So a business is a vision to a solution of a problem. And the profit, it comes after. The profit is the margin between what it costs and the income. So, what's a good example of this? I won't tell you, maybe you'll guess this company. In 1979, a young buck graduated Baylor College with marketing and specialty in real estate. And within a couple of years, he was the vice president of business development in a state I won't name yet. And he saw that the company that he worked for, he tirelessly worked to invest in, had a vision that their people worked for the company. Their people worked, I'm going to just say for, because I'm not a great speller, for the company. And he had a vision that the company should work for the people. So this gentleman started a business on an ideology that the people would win in the long term of success of the company. So he left his, I'm sure, great salary, great job, and at the ripe old age of 26, he started a company. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. After about 2 years and having about 70 agents, 10th in the market in this company, Remax came in. This is in the mid 80s, 85 or so. The market crashed. 60% of his agents left him. Top 5 agents left him. All of the employees on the back end left this guy. And he had insurance policies just to make sure that the debtors, the banks, would get their money back if he died, because that's how broke this guy was. So he got together with the leadership and came up with an ideology. An ideology that if you study great companies, the Container Store, the Kind Company, the conscious businesses of the world, they put their people first. And he came with the idea of something that works universally, whether it's an individual, a family, a friend, or a company. Culture times systems equals success. And he came up with an idea that in his company, everyone would win, win, or no deal. See if you can finish this for me. Integrity, do the right thing. Customers always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication. Seek first to understand. Creativity, ideas or results. Teamwork, together we achieve more. Trust starts with honesty, and success results through people. He came up, WI for, this is the hardest part. And what did that do? It forms a belief system that, yeah, when you share the profit, people will stay. People will want to grow. People will want to build something. Because this country was founded on people wanting to build something. And fast forward in 2017, 50% more agents in the world than the next biggest company, which started 10 years before. And if you study business, first the market usually gets what? Market share. So he's obviously onto something at this point. And he starts this business that says we are going to have a clear vision, a clear mission, how to attain it, and these cultural values that our people know why they're in the business, and then financially set them up so they win in the end. And we're going to provide systems to build objectives in a life by design, for example, one of many systems, so they're as successful as possible. So the biggest takeaway I want today, before we do a little Q&A, when I'm done, getting excited up here, is the biggest takeaway, what I want to take away is, it's about being bold every day in your life. Anyone want to guess what that company was, by the way, I just shared with you? Wait! I thought you were going to say Waker or something. So, hey, this quote, actually to that point though, the guy I follow, I won't even write it because I'm obviously slow writing. If competition is healthy, domination is immunity. Anyone know who said that quote? Uncle G, Grant Cardone. If competition is healthy, domination is immunity. So when we're bold every day in our lives, Apple wasn't focused on Microsoft. Microsoft was focused on Apple. And that's in our principles. Win, win, or no deal. Integrity, do everything. So, who's here has heard of John Maxwell? Awesome. Would it be all right to share a quick story about John Maxwell?
Yeah.
John Maxwell, young pastor in the mid-1970s, when the average income in the United States was about $8,800 in a year, he made a decision, an excitable decision, to invest in himself. And he bought this personal growth kit. Now, this is 1970s, 72, 73. Anyone want to guess how much John Maxwell bought this personal growth kit for in 1970?
$2,000.
We got 2,000.
500.
500, I feel like an auction. 500. One more, guess.
199.
199. Interesting. That's like 2,700 divided by 2. We're all wrong. Okay, the average is 1,400. He spent, coincidentally, it's really coincidence, I swear, about $800 on the personal growth kit. And this is what John Maxwell said about this investment. Remember, that's 10% of income. He said, it wasn't the content that I learned. It was that it got me started. It wasn't the content that he learned from that investment. Now, there were no credit cards in that time period that he could get. So who wants to guess how long it took him to save up all that money?
10% of income?
Yeah, how long did it take John Maxwell to save up?
4 months.
4 months?
A year.
A year?
10.
10 months? 4 months? A year? It's 28 months? 14, no, we're wrong. Well, we're close. 6 months. Now, he saved up for 6 months. Okay. And he said it wasn't what he learned, it was what got him started, right? Okay. What was the ROI on that growth kit, you think? If it wasn't what he learned, but it got him, what was the ROI?
Can't be honest at times. You can't even forget it, because you don't know.
He's the number one inspirational leader in the
Yeah.
world now, so.
Woo! Like, what he says is it's not what you earn, and when you invest in his leadership program, I love this guy. It's not what you earn, it's what your people earn. So who knows? This is what he quoted, like, I loved watching this video. He says, well, I'll add something. He became John Maxwell. That was the ROI. So, to that point, I call this the new agent dilemma. How many new agents do we have here? New as in, like, let's say 3 years or less. So a good percentage of the room. And whether we're new or not, we probably have been. So we might be able to relate. The new agent dilemma. Marcy, Mary, and Josh. I want you to think of 3 people. Marcy has 2 kids, a husband that loves her, and a job she hates. Not a lot of savings. The husband loves her, so wants her to, take the risk, get into real estate. Okay? Josh is the young millennial who has a ton of college debt and wants to be a full-time real estate. They don't know much about real estate other than the television says everybody's rich and that you could retire if you invest in it. So, Marcy, 2 kids, husband that loves her, wants to transition out of a job she doesn't like, wants to be full-time in real estate. Josh is young millennial, ton of college debt. And we got Mary. I wrote Mary, Darcy, Mary, whatever. Mary has 1 kid, she's a single mom, and she has 6 months of savings. All these people want to get into real estate, but they don't know these 3 statistics when they join. 9 out of 10 agents stop producing and stop performing real estate in the first 18 months. Nationwide. The average agent does 3 to 5 deals a year. And that could fluctuate 20, 30% up or down, depending what market. And it takes 11 months on average nationwide to get the first paycheck. So, nationwide, just going in, not knowing these, what are the odds that Josh, Marcy, and Mary are going to succeed? Okay, now, so the fact of the matter is, it doesn't sound like they have 6 months like John Maxwell had the luxury to save up. So what do? Gary Keller says, and leadership, maybe I'm slinging this from another quote, Keller Williams isn't a real estate company. It's a technology and education company that happens to sell. So just because some stuff is nationwide doesn't mean it's everybody, or specifically us, right? So because of that belief system, that culture, that everyone wins or no deal. Integrity, do the right thing, help the new agent. Customers always come first. How could the customer come first if you don't train your people? Commitment in all things. People showing up, not getting paid. Communication, seek first to understand. Becoming the script, becoming the questions that we need to ask to get the answers to know if we can solve problems. Being innovative, technology, creativity, ideas to results. Teamwork, together we achieve more. Trust starts with honesty. Success results through people. That may sound like fluffy stuff, and it is unless you have systems to back it up. And what do we call one of those systems? As Mo Anderson said, I remember, because I put my license with Keller Williams just to have it there, because I love the conscious capitalistic mindset so much, and I'll share with you that in a few minutes when I tell you my story. And the first day I went, I signed all the papers up just to have it, the license here, not even doing, active with it. And I see the quote on the top, Mo Anderson said, I'm like, I'm filing this. The culture is there for the systems as the systems is there for a culture. It's the belief system of having a company that cares about their employees and then will enable them to invest in themselves like John Maxwell did so they could become their own John Maxwell. So, what is bold? Now, to share with you guys, I always knew of it, but like I said, I'm authentically here so we can learn and share and grow. I didn't know what it exactly was until last night. And I think I'm in love.
Did you sign up?
You will.
I think we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I guess I got to put my butt. The law of the picture, the 2 weeks you can watch what you do and let's see what to say, yeah. Bold. Leadership. Bold. Experience. Bold. Tech. Is that about right? The basis of it? Who's done bold? Okay. Bold leadership. Being able to have the mindset, the language, the business development skills, and the live calls wraps up this entire 3 steps, correct?
Yeah, and systems.
And the systems to scale the individual's belief systems and habits every day to be successful, correct?
Correct.
Bold leadership is about working on the communication, developing yourself and your daily schedule to be able to grow other people, correct?
Correct.
The bold experience. Every single biography that I've devoured to give myself confidence in life, to maybe be a better person, the one thing I found in common is everyone says it. It's not that I aimed so high in life and hit. It's not that I aimed so high in life and missed. I aimed so low and hit. You got to set bold goals, whatever you're in life. Big goals. And then follow up later with activity. So the mindset, the language, the business development, and actually doing it. Actually getting on the phone, which we're going to do some of that today with Jay, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I won't get into this, but I want to teach you guys something that I did without spending any money, but just being a normal human, to create a huge amount of business, which what's business? The vision to solve problems. On my personal Facebook that you can do today to generate people tell. You guys want to learn that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you see these speakers and they get all excited and like, all right, what do you do? Personal Facebook. So, who here has a fan page? Like a fan page, business page? Page, okay. Half the room? Okay. I want you to take that and put that right over here in your mind for a second. Who has a personal page? Everybody. Okay. How many friends do you have? 3 people, just one at a time. How many friends?
4,600.
I'll pick you guys. We're like, whoa, that was bad. How many?
1,500.
1,500. Someone else. I heard 1,000.
4,600.
46. You don't. No, yeah, 4,600.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you don't count, but you count. You matter to me. How many?
1,800.
1,800. Okay. So, very quickly, 31, that's 8,700. You divide by 2, it's 4,350. That's the average of the friends. Okay, now, keep that in your head. And it may be slightly skewed because we picked some crazy people over here that really love people like me, Jay. JJ. 4,300 is the average of those three people. Have you ever heard of Dunbar's number? Okay, Dunbar was a scientist who had almost like a 80-20 rule, like premonition, like a Pareto principle. And what he realized is, you heard like we share 90% of our genes with chimps. Well, what we also share is a huge correlation with the fact that the average chimp has 150 chimps in their, like, what do you call that, tribe? I'm not a biologist, whatever that is. 150. The average human has 150 people show up to their funeral. And if you study sales training programs like Joe Stump, by referral only, they teach you to get 150, or Mike Myers, 7 levels, and all these different, whether it's real estate or insurance or whatever, they say get 150 people and consistently farm that. And then grow your database from there, right? Keller's all that growing your database to avoid the shits. So this 150 stuck out. I'm thinking, hold on. How many friends can I have on my personal Facebook? $5,000. Okay. So what if, number one, you can write this down, I branded myself. What is that? This is a definition that you tell me if you don't agree. Your brand is the belief consumers have in you to solve a problem. So when they think of you, like you're a car salesman, you don't want people thinking you're a real estate agent if you're a car salesman, do you? If you're a real estate agent, what are some things you want people to think about of you?
They can get their house sold in a reasonable amount of time.
Get their house sold. What else?
Find the right house.
Okay, what else? Passion. Knowledge. Okay, so this is good actually. Knowledge, passion, get the job done. So if you write these down, okay, this would be what? Your brand. So, great example. If I used to own gyms and I work out way too much, and I want people to take me seriously for my consciousness, I better wear a damn suit every day. I better wear 3 pieces. That's crazy. Because without attention, Einstein couldn't have helped us out. Didn't work out for Tesla. Right? Edison took that. So think about what you want people to know. And then I take all my stuff, my personal page, that's authentically who I really am. So if you look at my page, you can see, like, wakes up really early, reads a lot of books. I don't drink alcohol. That's my decision. Not pushing anyone else. But, like, you'll see the context is in a line. Like, this guy, culture matters, everything, culture, culture, culture. Yeah, because I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with people. And people are culture. Second, the 5,000. You ever heard you're a product of who you hang out with? So if you're friends with Snooki, she's a great lady, man, on Facebook. But not because she's Snooki, but she already has, like, she's in foreclosure, bankruptcy, she's probably buying a house. And you want to take advantage of the fact that the internet is bringing us together, and the personal Facebook is not very salesy at all. It's just what? Your personal life, which if you're real estate, that means you ain't got no other life. It's just real estate, right? We get to 5,000 friends, but we delete people that we wouldn't want in our life anyway. You're not hanging out with Kimmy and Jamie because they party too much, and yet you're friends with them on the Facebook. What, do you want to see their pictures of them having fun and you sitting in the office? So I deleted, this is personal, I deleted all the people that I wouldn't want to know in person because they're not going to add in my life. They might take it away. And I got up there as soon as possible. What did I do? This is a trick. If you're friends with, this is Kyrie. He decided to come, by the way. A great friend of mine who's a speaker right here in the front. You want to say hi, Kyrie?
How you guys doing?
Great speaker, great guy. I want to be friends with his friends because he's an authentic person that I know about. So I'm going to go have my profile look awesome, which I call the social media bias, because you just look awesome. Yeah, anyway, look awesome, but I'm going to do it the right way. And I'm going to add all his friends. Because they're probably awesome. I'm going to overthink this. And if they suck, no offense, I'll delete them. That's step 2. Does everyone get step 2?
Mm-hmm.
Add people that are that may be quality. Now, this is obviously not 100%. We don't know, but it's moving in the right direction.
People you want to meet.
I'm sorry?
People you want to meet.
People you want to meet. Birds of a feather. Now we hear flock together. We hear the same quotes. And the third thing, you ready? And you may be like, whoa, 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 whoa. This offends me, and this is something I haven't been trained on. The only reason I'm in this audience right now is because how many times do I post on Facebook every day? Say it.
50.
Yeah.
25 to 30 times. And it's completely changed my life. Because if you don't like one post, you don't want Jay. But if you see all of them, I go to places, if you're friends with me on Facebook, the guy in the gym the other day, I haven't seen him in 2 years. I was going to rent an apartment like in his house. He's like, yo, culture matters. The internet is going to bring us together if we put the right stuff out there. So, brand yourself, qualify who you want in your life, post, minimum. I'm sorry, marketers kill everything. And we'll talk about what to post really quick too. A day. A lot. Now, what does that mean? Think of it like those YouTubers that get famous because they're vlogging their life. Just be your authentic self. So, for example, I post where I'm at, who I'm with, I check into places. Oh, I'm at Real Foods with Harry, we're having a meeting. The books I read, my schedule, I do a lot of like quotes, obviously like from me, not just other people's. But if you take the time for an hour, even just 1 hour, write all the words you want people to think about you, or you want people to think about the best agent they'd work with. Take those words, that's your brand. That's who you want to be. Facebook lets you be who you want to be to everybody. And it will change the world. All of them. Today we're not going to get into Snapchats and all the rest, but they're good. So, I like this quote, and I'm going to read it. John Maxwell. You don't stop or start because of what you don't have. You don't start because you don't realize yet that the fruits of everything good in life begins with a challenge. So who am I? It was August 15th, 2015, a long time ago, where I was living in Queens with a girlfriend. She's a nice lady. Wasn't the right match. And after having my entire life savings embezzled from me from someone that I went to lunch with every single day, who I won't name because the law took care of that and karma, I decided not to get a job, but to educate myself, not at college, but at the library. And lo and behold, this is right prior to Queens, a trainer, because I had been working at a gym for a company that did personal training sales, a trainer that had been an employee of mine, who one day just up and said, hey, listen, boss, I'm quitting. I'm sorry. I got an opportunity in New York City. Now, I went to bat for this guy. I got him in the company. I invested a lot of time in him. I gave him this chance. So if you've ever had a job that you had to leave, what do you think your boss would tell you after he did all that for you? Anybody?
You're ungrateful.
Ungrateful. Now, I didn't know this till later, but what a leader does is the same things parents are supposed to do with their kids. Good job. You learn what you got to learn. Peace. Good luck in life. Because you're going to go somewhere good for the economy. We're a team. I didn't say it as eloquently as that. I was like, hey man, awesome. 6 months later, when I lost everything, literally everything, right, stuff, just bought my girlfriend at the time. This was a different girlfriend, so I'm sorry, I got a little side. Now I sound like a time. There was like 8 months in between here, so I had that, I look, all right, anyway. So I just bought her breast implants, an American Express credit card. I'm 20 years old. I was making great money working for this company, #1 on the East Coast, bouncing 4 nights a week, not sleeping, living in the gym. This guy was like my mentor, my father figure. Lost everything. The job, both jobs, everything. The money, her. That was my fault. This trainer comes to me and says, Jay, I'm in New York City. I'm killing it. And the gym I'm working at could really use a guy like you. So I said, all right, I'll meet him. Yeah, I'll meet him. I had nothing. I had to meet him, right? Cool. It was a cucumber. So I meet with them. It went amazing. It was in Tribeca, New York City. Has anyone ever been there?
Yeah.
Sure. People do well there. So the gym's there, and I meet with these guys, and they seem humble enough, and it looks like, based on what I learned from my past experiences and the books that I stood on so I could see farther, hey, this could be a good opportunity. See, they wanted me to sell this equipment that they had, but over here I'm seeing their business, like, it's just not adding up, it's not working out. Maybe I could take what I learned in the other gym business and use it here. So they sent me this agreement, hey Jay, we're going to bring you in as a VP of sales. We're just not going to pay you, we have no money, but we'll give you like some kind of percentage of whatever, right? So I said, all right. I moved in the gym, and within 4 months, took all of the members and converted them to monthly packages, because before that, I just kind of like sold something here and there. Does that make sense? So it created an income that was stable, got them all to train for less time and charge more money. And before you think I'm a jerk, when you work out, you do the cardio after because you burn fat. That's the way the body works. So 30-minute weights, 30 minutes cardio. There you go. You can go use that. Especially if you're making $1 million a year, your time is money. So that's the presentation I use, right? Turn it all around. Then I could see, not every company is founded on what? Win-win or no deal, integrity, do the right thing. Customers always come first. I could see like the end of the horizon coming for me as I build their business, and I'm not the owner, but I have like my agreement. So lo and behold, someone approached me that had taken time, like today, giving first, not expecting anything, to add value to my life. Hey, why don't we open this gym? So August 15, 2014, I decided I paid off all my debt and spent the rest on what you think a 2-year-old is, whatever. I'm 26 yet, Sunday, so 22. And I spent all the money and moved to Pennsylvania. I don't even remember where I lived because it was a Craigslist ad. It was $100 a week. A Vietnamese guy and his daughter lived there. And by October, we had taken over a gym that had gone completely under, Club Metro, completely under, and gotten the real estate trust that owned the strip mall to let us move in there on a 10-year lease, no members, just the equipment, my American Express credit card, a couple grand, 3 sleeping bags. And I was not the guy that was talking right now. It was the hardest thing in my life. I cried almost every day. I lived on peanut butter, lost tons of weight. However, one day I'm walking in Barnes & Noble, because that's where I go when I'm stressed out, and I see this book. It's not the one thing, but that's awesome too. And it was called Uncontainable. It was a story about a guy. You ever heard of the Container Store? Awesome. So in 2014, Kip Tindall, the founder, wrote a book about how similar to Keller Williams, which I found out later, I want a store that we're going to treat our people right. And he created this, he attributed all their success to this yummy culture that he created. What was their success? 9 out of 10 of the customers become employees. They have 1/10 of the attrition as real estate. Like it's any business. So, you know, like how most people stop producing something? They all stay there. And they make 50% more than the average retailer. Now, this is not a presentation to get you to quit join a Container Store. But I share this with you because it inspired me. I said, why don't I have a culture? What's a culture? The culture is what's created when influencers speak their thoughts and their words in existence. So what's a culture? Think of a culture as a metaphorical ecosystem of shared belief. And that's created when we speak about why we're here. Win, win or no deal, integrity, do the right thing. Customers always come first. We tie that to our systems. We tie that why to our goal. So I got inspired, and every day we had meetings just like this, from 12 to 1. No one was paid to be there. The same size staff at this point, 4 months later. And the first value was called the first 3 steps. So when someone walked through the door, they got greeted with a warm, hearty hello. And what changed my life was, when I got everyone to recite it, imagine getting greeted like 17 times when you walked into a gym, because all the employees would greet everybody. So, why am I here? Jay called me, he asked me to come in and, do some kind of quote unquote, do something motivating. Okay. Or it should just be Jay. I wasn't paid, I don't have any product for you to buy from me. I'm here because of 2 reasons. My first cultural value is a creed I live by. Give first, expect nothing. Give first, expect nothing. And the second reason is, I have purpose in my life and meaning in my life because it wasn't what I got from the first seminar I went to, or the first coach I got, or the first book I got. It was that in 2013, I got started, and it's completely given my life a crazy amount of meaning. Bold is just one of the many, 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 many things you'll see that will come up in your life where you make a decision yes or no to. And if it's no, you're where you were. And if it's yes, you can become who John met or whoever you are. So I'll leave you with this. You ever heard of Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Yes.
You like that book? This is not me trying to be cute. When I grew up, I was adopted at 4. I was adopted by a woman in her 50s, and we lived in the basement of this big house. My uncle lived upstairs, so I call it poor mom, rich uncle. And I always resented her. I took everything on her. And I always wanted to be him. But her taking me in at that time, and me not bonding, and me wanting to be him, but him not being there, it happened for me. Because I wanted to read books like my mom and be an entrepreneur like my uncle. And the reason I'm here before you today is because all those stories I shared with you of other people, myself, is because life happened for me to stand here before you guys and maybe anyone in the world, so they don't have to think about, oh, am I going to get something from a program or a book or a conversation? Am I going to get something? Or it's just going to get me started. So I hope me sharing my personal story and a little bit about a company that you're all part of, that has a culture that really, really, really matters, that this benefited you guys in some way. Thank you.